Fantasy, sports, and politics.
Get ready to rumble!
You wanna talk smack? You in the right place. So take a step back before I get all up in your
Remember, because I don't remember. I remember every bit of this.
You're the dudes holding on the phone line. Your voice will be heard, sir.
Next caller, please.
Oh!
Derek's gonna get him.
Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics.
Listeners are asking questions about this week's games, not Jerry's personal beef. So what's your thought?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Mr. FSP to you. And this is fantasy sports and politics. I've been gone for a while. I jumped on yesterday to do a interview with a great buddy of mine, a Silver Star recipient, Mr. the Diplomatic Arrow, Michael Carter. Check his stuff out. Great craftsmanship. And then I decided I've been slacking. I've been doing a lot of things, needed things, but a lot of things. But the one thing I've neglected is you, my viewers, those that have been loyal to me for the past 16, 17 years as I do fantasy sports. So what I decided to do was get me a protein shake, take a little sip real quick. Load up for Bear and give you every team breakdown in the NFL. Now, I already did the AFC South. I did not complete the NFC South, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm doing every division right now for the next 2, maybe 3 hours, depending on how many people come on, how many people chime in. I'm accustomed to talking, so that's not a problem. But I want you to give back to me. Leave a message, post a comment. If you want to come on and say something about your team that I'm talking about, by all means. Pat Kerwin, you're welcome to come on. Devin Hester or Jacob Hester, my bad. You're welcome to come on too. Moving the chains. Love you. I still love my guy, Jim Miller. I don't know why he's not on. Whatever it is, I still love the guy. Him and Pat had great chemistry. Matthew Berry, yes, I'm calling you out, my friend. Cynthia Freeland, put the AI down and come face me one-on-one. I welcome the challenge. Green Lantern or the Lanterns are coming out tonight. John Stewart. So I'm feeling kind of frisky. I started to wear my Green Lantern mesh outfit, but I said, no, that'd be too much. That's a little over the top and has nothing to do with football. But today, I'm going to give it to you. So with that being said, let's begin. All right. That might be a little too loud. I don't know. I got to turn that down just a bit. Just a bit. All right. So let's start by understanding my criteria. I pick these games and the outlook for each team based on several things, right? Traveling, buys, injuries, subtractions, additions. I'll be very honest with you. If your team or a team is going overseas and doesn't have a bye week the next week, I'm probably giving them an L for the following week. Prime example. We have the Rams and the 49ers opening up in Australia. Well, they literally get a week before their next game. So they're good, right? I believe they're going to go over early, get climatized, and then return shortly thereafter the game. If your team, and mine is doing this, is going to Madrid, let's say, the Commanders, they play the game that Sunday for us, which is like Monday there. Hop on a plane, come back, let's say the following day, Tuesday. They land. That's like a 15-hour flight after playing a game. They got rehab, recovery, film study. Not to mention, people might be nicked up at that point. Versus a team that probably has to travel just to DC, even if it's from the West Coast. That's not a 15-hour flight. There's a lot that goes into this, right? And I love my team. We'll see what I put them at when we get to the NFC East, but I have to consider that. And folks, when you play fantasy and when you're handicapping games and prognosticating, I legit believe you have to think about that. Legit. For instance, I made these predictions before a lot of injuries and or suspensions took place. I might adapt them on the fly, but I plan to go with what I have because these are my thoughts. You may or may not agree with me. That's fine. But long as you know it's here on the record, you can say you were wrong. You can say, oh, you were right. Or you can say, you were okay. But what you can't say is that I didn't put my predictions out there on the line to be criticized and praised. I'm not one of those, oh yeah, I knew they would. No. Check my record. I'm not a person that just likes to be out front. If I'm in the back, I'm in the back. I'm going to fight my way to the front, but I'm going to do what I do. Just like I tell my players, integrity, discipline, respect, honor, all those things are important. In the end, this is the most true statement that can be said, honestly, in my opinion. A person is only as good as their word, not their money, not their friends, not their associates, their word. Because whatever they say has to match their actions. Believe that. All right. Let's get it. And again, if you want to come on, by all means, I am more than willing to bring you on board. Send a message in the comment section. Let me know. Or send me a private message with your email address. I'll bring you on. Okay? So again, my criteria for these predictions are travel, overseas, long distance, little rest. For instance, a Monday or a Sunday night or a Sunday game to a Thursday game. That is not good. Not good at all. Especially if it's in the middle of the season and you already got Knicks and you probably have some line issues already. It's going to be tough. All right. So let's talk about what I have happening in the NFC East. First of all, Week 1 at the Giants, Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys have an offense, a revamped defense, right? But I don't know if that defense is that good. Flip side, the Giants in a preseason game, their starting quarterback has to go through concussion protocol because he gets whacked several times. Jackson Dart cannot take those hits. Not in preseason. We're going to talk about Joe Burrow too. Oh my God. Oh my God. But Jackson Dart, you got to get rid of the ball, son. I don't care. I do not care that it's at home for the Giants. Malik Neighbors may be back. Yeah, ODB. Dude, that defense is going to be stout, but if y'all can't protect your quarterback, Dallas is going to get you. And it's going to be a shootout. I predict this is going to be over 40 points total. It's going to be over 40 points total. But I got to give it to the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys. Honestly, I do. But I'm giving them the W, right? I know. I don't like the Cowboys either. They freaking suck. But I have to be honest with myself. Just because they suck doesn't mean that they can't, pull out the victory. I really think that the Cowboys are a team that they're on the rise. I really don't think they are going to be a serious playoff contention team. They'll be in the playoffs, I think, but I don't think they're going to advance far. Honestly, I don't. But I got to be honest. I got to be honest here. Okay. All right, let's go down the line. Then the Cowboys come to Washington. Look, man. It's the second game of the season. And kind of not happy that the schedule makers for the NFC did back-to-back divisional games. But calm down. Because when you get a team early on, all right, they're still working out kinks. But there also aren't any, excuses as to why you lost other than working out kinks. Excuse me, I'm a little tired. Of course, I'm going to pick my Commanders to beat the Cowboys. I honestly believe that the Cowboys have a stout offense with Pickens and Lamb and Williams at running back and Dak throwing the ball. Don't sleep on Dak this year either. Dak's going for 4,000 yards easy with these guys, right? If he stays healthy. But it's in Dallas Stadium. Washington does well in Texas, believe it or not. I just don't think the Cowboys will have all the kinks worked out. Not at this point. Not at this point, right? I think you'll still have some issues to fix. They're coming off a high of beating up on the Giants Sunday night. I got Washington doing that. Now, here's the thing. Week 3, this is a flag for me. I told you, if they're traveling overseas or anywhere, out of the continental United States, it's going to be a problem. Week 3, they take on the Ravens in Brazil. I wouldn't have a problem if this was an opening week game, because then you'll have that week or so off. But they're going to play a physical Ravens team in Brazil. I don't know how they're going to acclimatize, but I think Rio de Janeiro is a wonderful place. Elevation is going to be an issue. I think there's going to be a lot of points, but I think the Ravens win that. I really do. I got the Cowboys so far 1-2, losing to the Commanders and the Ravens. But that Rio de Janeiro game is going to be telling because they come back the following week now, and they go to Houston. Houston has a defense like no other. And I get it. Houston ain't that far from Dallas. But listen, you're coming back from Rio de Janeiro. You're playing one of the league's best defenses at Houston. Cowboys starting the season 1-3. 1-3. But then here's another crazy thing. And this is why I'm telling you that the schedule makers kind of screwed the Cowboys and others. Not only do they have the Texans the following week after coming back from Rio de Janeiro, they then play Thursday night. They play the Bucks. Tampa Bay on Thursday night. So here's what you understand. Week 3, they're traveling to Rio de Janeiro. Sunday. They fly back. And they go to Houston the next Sunday. Then on a short week, they go to Tampa Bay Thursday night. I'm not going to alarm people or be an alarmist, but you're playing 3 of the league's most physical defenses in back-to-back weeks off of an international trip and a short week. Not only will I think they'll have issues physically because of being beat up and changing of environments. So I think the Cowboys are literally going to go 1-4. Legit 1-4. I really think so. Now, being a homer, yes, I want the Commanders to win. Could that be easily a Cowboys win? Yes. But I don't think it's going to be a Cowboys win. So they open up beating the Giants on Sunday night. They lose a close game at home with Washington. They then travel to Rio de Janeiro to play the Ravens. They come back that following Sunday and play the Texans in Houston. Then that Thursday, they play the Bucks? Nope. They're going to lose those games. Honestly. The schedule makers gave them some of the most physical games up front on a short weekend international trip. Now, they get to rest like a week and a half, so it's like a mini bye. They come back and play the Packers in week 6. Supposedly, you're going to get Michael Parsons back. Here's the thing. I truly think Green Bay is going to fall off substantially this year. So even though Micah may or may not have a very good game, I think Green Bay loses this game. Yes, it's in Green Bay. It's a Sunday night game. But I really think the Cowboys' offense is just that much better. Their defense is going to be enough to stop Love and Jacobs if he's not in trouble with his situation. Watson, if he's healthy. And, Golden. I just don't think Green Bay has enough weaponry. I don't. And the Cowboys are looking to stop this skid. They're looking to stop this skid of losing 4 games in a row. So they're coming out. Oh, Micah, you want to have a good time? Great, Micah. We'd love to have you back. So they can whip your tail. That's why. So I have the Cowboys winning. They're 2-4. Then from Sunday night, they go to Monday night and play at the Eagles. Look, the Eagles are going to regress, guys. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. After they had a lot of players leave on defense, A.J. Brown was not the guy, right? But Slim Reaper is not a bona fide number 1 in this offense. I want to be clear when I say that. In this offense, Slim Reaper is not a number 1. He's not equipped to beat the double coverage, right? But they're going to be more of a ground running team anyway. But this is going to show you that Philly really isn't that good if they don't run the ball, because they don't have that big physical receiver. They have a rookie, yeah, but he's a rookie. I think the Cowboys beat Philly. So now they were 1-4. They're now 3-4. Things starting to turn around because now they get to the soft part of their schedule, which is the middle. Cardinals come in. I don't care what the Cardinals look like in preseason. I live here. They're not winning this game. Not enough firepower. Cowboys are now 4-4, week 8. Going to the Colts. Danny Dimes, good luck. Jonathan Taylor, good luck. Alec Pierce is your number 1 receiver. Alec Pierce is not beating double coverage. They're going to stack the box, double team him, and see if the other receivers and tight end can beat. It's not going to happen. Cowboys are now 5-4. Now they got back-to-back home games. So 3 back-to-back-to-back home games. They got the 49ers at home. They got the Titans at home. Now hear me out on this. 49ers week 10. Mike Evans, Debo, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle. The offensive line. Greenlaw and Warren are back together. I think the 49ers are going to make some serious noise. Serious noise. And I think, even though it's at home, the 49ers get the W. Big time. So week 10, they're 500. 5-5. Okay? Moving along, we've got the Titans. Look, man. I don't want to call Cam Ward a bust. I did not like Cam Ward coming out last year. I did not. I also said I will give him 3 years to decide if he's a bust or not. That preseason game was not a good look. Against 2s and 3s, not a good look. This is week 11. You're playing the Cowboys in Jerry's world. Cowboys 6-6. Excuse me, 6-5. 6-5. Thanksgiving, another short week. Another short week. And they have the Eagles, who they already beat. Listen, they went into Philly and they beat the Cowboys. Man, they beat the Eagles. The Eagles are coming to Dallas. I think the Cowboys actually put a literal stomping on the Eagles on Thanksgiving. Not kidding. I think at this point, Eagles faithful are questioning Sirianni and why don't we have a number one wide receiver that can do what we need done? Slim Reaper's doing what he can, but he can't stay healthy. You can't do much because Saquon has 10 people in his face at all times. Dallas Goedert is in and out the lineup. Just being honest, he's going to be. So I got to tell you, I think the Eagles are going to regress this year. A lot of people got the Eagles winning the division. I do not. I do not. I think the Eagles are going to regress. They're going to miss A.J. Brown more than you know. More than you know. But it's not just A.J. Brown. It's all the defensive players that they lost. The story's going to be A.J. Brown. It's not going to be Blankenship. It's not going to be Nakobe Dean. It's not going to be all those starters on defense. But that's what the story should be. The regression of the Philadelphia Eagles is not based on the loss of a receiver. It's based on the loss of their defensive star power. Mark my words, book it. That's what it's going to be. All right. Now, after they beat the Eagles, that means I have them sweeping the Eagles. Sweeping the Eagles. They're 7-5. They go to Seattle on Monday night. If you haven't noticed, the Cowboys have a lot of primetime games. Most of the games are primetime. First game is Sunday Night Football. They got an international game. They got a Thursday night game, a Sunday night game, a Monday night game. Then you got a Thanksgiving game, and Seattle is a Monday night game. And I haven't finished the schedule yet. That's 7 games in prime time. 7. Crazy, right? It is what it is. But with that, going to Seattle on a Monday night, again, a mini bye. Because it played Thursday night on Thanksgiving, a mini bye. So they're somewhat fresh. I'm not sure what to make of Seattle. I have to see what their running game is. I really do. They paid the defensive back great because now Christian Gonzalez is going to get paid out the booty. Robert Kraft should have never said they offered him to be the highest paid defensive back in the NFL because now there's somebody that is already that. And if you really want to pay him, now you're going to pay him more than that guy. Because he said what he said, right? And that kid plays for Seattle. Here's the thing. It's in Seattle. It is week 13. The weather is going to be a factor. I've lived in Washington. It is raining. I don't think this is going to be a pass-heavy game for the Cowboys. I think it's going to have to be a run-heavy game. And Javonte Williams is a good running back. I don't know what his health is going to be like by week 13, but they're going to need him to tote the rock 20, 25 times. And I know that is something that is not commonplace in the NFL anymore. One back, 20, 25 touches in the run game, not the pass game. You should have put him in passing situations too to give him those 25 touches. But I think you need to utilize him because the Seattle Seahawks defense is fast. They react fast. And in order to suck them up so you can go over top to CD, so you can go over top to Pickens, you're going to have to establish that run game hard. Because JSN and Cooper Kupp aren't slouches, not at all. But the run game in Seattle is what I question. I really do. Young kid from Notre Dame, 30th pick or 31st pick overall, I believe. Looks good, but he's a young guy. Zach Charbonnet, we don't know if he's coming back healthier, but he should be back by this game. Is he going to be the lead dog? We don't know. With that being said, I don't think the Cowboys can really rock the rock that good, right? Prove me wrong. So I got Seattle win this game. It's in Seattle, just for the bye week, week 13, which is good because now they're at 7-6, right? 7-6 with 4 games left. Very winnable games. Very winnable games. And they're fighting for the division. They are fighting for the division at this point. They're 7-6. By week 14, they come back, they go to the Rams. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't figure Aaron Donald into my projection. So when I go over the Rams, just understand I didn't have him in there. But Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett, that's going to happen. I'm going to drink some water on that. That's going to happen. Listen, they can barely protect Dak now. Miles, Aaron Donald, and the rest of that front, along with the secondary and linebackers. Matthew Stafford stays healthy. You got Puka Nacua, you got Devontae, you got Kerryon Williams, you got Blake Corum, you got Higbee. This should be a very good fight. And I said fight. I didn't say match. I said fight. This is going to be probably one of those 60, 70-point games because the Cowboys defense is going to be susceptible to Puka. And if they double team Puka, big mistake because you still got Devontae Adams, one of the best receivers in the league, still, even at his age, one-on-one. And you still got to worry about the run game. Bro, I got the Rams winning. That makes the Cowboys 7-7. 7-7 with 3 games left. The division on the line. Another Sunday night game. It's also a flex game because we don't know what the Jaguars are going to be and we don't know what the Cowboys are going to be. So the possibility of this game getting flexed out of Sunday night is there, but right now, Cowboys hosting the Jaguars. Sunday Night Football on week 16. Look, Duval, I love you guys, but I don't know if I trust your running back room. I like Rodriguez for sure, but it's Tank. Who's the lead dog in the running back room? Can Brian Thomas do what he needs to do? Can Jacoby Myers be that dude again? Is Travis Hunter going to be using opposite side of the ball, or is he going to stay strictly defense? I'll make it a number 3 wide receiver in the slot sometimes. Make some things happen. Strange ends up being a very good tight end. But I think Sunshine is the key here. I think Sunshine, Trevor Lawrence, does not have a good game. I really don't. I think Sunshine goes into a spiral because they're also fighting for a division title. And I already told you what I think their record's going to be. If you followed me a couple months ago, I got the Cowboys winning this game. 8-7, 2 games left. The Giants come knocking. Again, I think they're fighting for a division title. Harbaugh's like, okay, well, look, Cam Scatterboo doing backflips, messing up ankles and whatnot. Dart can't seem to slide or pick up the fact that they're blitzing on one side or whatever. We're going to have Jameis Winston in this game. I really think so. I really think Jameis Winston's going to be in this game. With that being said, it's a home game. And I think Dallas comes out and lays an egg. Lays an absolute egg. The Giants gets a little redemption. a little redemption. The Giants win this game. They are now 8-8. Last game of the season at the Commanders for the division. Yes, I'm picking the Commanders to play in for the division. Yes. But look, I got the Cowboys at 8-8. Washington already beat them in Dallas. The Cowboys seemingly do extremely well in Washington. Extremely well. And I hate that. But it is what it is. I have to pick the Cowboys to win this game because we don't have a very good record versus the Cowboys at home. We need to change that. We really do. Right? You know what? I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip this. The Cowboys beat Washington in week 2, but Washington beats the Cowboys in week 18. That still makes the Cowboys 9-8, but it also makes, well, I haven't gotten to them yet. So I'm going to leave it at this. The Cowboys finished with a record of 9-8. Herky-jerky season. A lot of primetime games, man. That can be a good thing and a bad thing, very honestly. But for fantasy, look, offense remains fantasy friendly if the top pieces are healthy. That means Dak. That means Pickens. That means CD. Dallas, you can't go wrong when you get a Cowboy offensive player. Unless it's Ferguson, and you got to hope that he gets a little bit more love than normal. Excuse me. And Javonte Williams has to be that impact running back. But Dak, Pickens, and Lamb, unless they're hurt, they are damn good. So fantasy value is there. Running back usage in the red zone identity are the primary camp preseason questions. Can they do it? Do they use the running back in the red zone? I'm telling you, that's going to be a big thing. Because Javonte is going to be a feast or famine type running back. I'll be very honest with you. You're going to feast or you're not going to have a lot out of your running back position with Javonte. Honestly. And the big question is this offensive line any good? Can they bully the defensive line? We'll see. We'll see. All right. Question to you is, does the Brazil trip produce a week 4 letdown at Houston? I said yes. Can they hold several hold serve at home versus Tampa, Arizona, San Fran, Tennessee, Jacksonville, and the Giants? Not really. Not really. I don't think so. I really think you're going to see San Fran beat them. Tampa's going to beat them. And I got the Giants beating them. Right? That's 3 out of what? 8? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's go to Philly. Opening week. They're at home. First game you're going to see if Slim Reaper can be the lead dog. Granted, Washington secondary is not that great, but it's also not that bad. Can Sonny Styles meet up and show Saquon he ain't the only one that's quadzilla? Of course, I'm picking Washington to win. What do you think? What do you think? Not because I'm being a homer, but because I have serious questions about the Philadelphia Eagles defense. It's not always about offense, guys. In fantasy, you have defensive teams. I play with IDPs. So there aren't many IDPs over there on the side of Philly that I want. I'm being honest. And I think Washington's offense will be vastly improved with the addition of Stephon Diggs. Scary Terry got a running partner now, right? That young set of receivers, Treylon Burks, Luke McCaffrey, Jeremy Lane, the young kid out of Clemson. They've got a ton of talent at the receiver. I don't know who they're going to cut. I don't. I really don't. Hopefully Luke is not one of them, because that kid is a monster, believe it or not. And in the running back room, I get it. It was Miami. I get it. So those running backs look really good versus that Miami defense. We'll see what happens when they face a better set of players. But that's the question. Are we going to run the ball normally? And against this soft Philadelphia Eagles defense, they should. Got the Commanders winning. Then they go to the Titans. I got them beating the Titans. At the Bears. Look. Bears are getting hit with a lot of injuries. A lot. I would have given it to the Bears had I done the NFC East a lot earlier, because I just think they are on the ascent. But losing your starting safety, one of your starting receivers is having hamstring issues. Rome, he's the number one guy, but will he be? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I'm going to give it to the Eagles on the strength of it's a Monday night game. The Eagles are going to run the ball heavy. But the question is, can they stop freaking Caleb? I don't know. We'll find out. Then the Rams come to town. This is a I'm going to beat you up game. And the Rams are going to beat them up. So right now, I got the Eagles at 2-2. Losing to Commanders, beating the Titans, beating the Bears, losing to the Rams. They then go to London to play the Jaguars. Eagles are used to traveling. It's not a problem. I think the Jaguars are more accustomed to that. They know what to do. They've been doing it all this time, right? I think the Jaguars win that game. 2-3. Panthers, no bye week here. There's a no bye week between playing Jacksonville in London and then hosting the Panthers. Let me make this very clear. The Panthers season was not that good last year. It was good enough because their division was weak. Just like I think the NFC East is going to be weak this year. And I honestly don't think the Panthers are going to get over 7 wins this year. I got them at 7-10, honestly, but we'll get to that when I get to it. It might be even less than that. So I definitely got Eagles winning this game, right? They're even 3-3. Cowboys, already told you. At the Commanders. It's a Sunday night game after coming off a Monday night game. So it's kind of a short week. But it's a divisional game. So it's always going to be tough, right? I got to go with the Eagles on this. Only because I don't think Commanders can split. Can sweep the Eagles. I think they split with them. Because then you go into the next game, which is the Giants at home before you get to your bye week in week 10. And the Giants aren't going to be an easy out. I think they're going to be a hard team. But I think the Giants actually win this game. Because looking at the two, let's look at the two. I don't know what Philly's defense is going to look like. I don't think it's going to be good. I like what the Giants have done on defense. Let's see how it works together. I like what the Giants have done on offense, but Jackson Dart has got to be more cognizant. Even though, hey, he doesn't want the refs to protect him. Cool. Remember that. Remember that, Jackson. Cam Scatterboo, love him too. I just think it's too much on both sides of the ball for the Giants versus the Eagles. And I got the Giants winning this game. Bye week 10. Can't lose that. So they're 5-4. Coming off the bye, they're facing the Steelers at home. Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what to tell you, Aaron, but fix yourself, my guy. For real. I understand you letting loose and saying some things, but you got to think about what you're saying. Because that's the way you really feel. Cool. I don't want to wish ill will on the Steelers because of what you're saying, but I think the Eagles, this is a Pennsylvania game. Steelers are coming in. Do you have an answer for Pittman and DK? And Washington at tight end? Or Freiermuth? I get it. Warren might be the running back. And you guys think he's not that capable. Got it. I think he is. Steelers win. 5-5. At the Cowboys, Thanksgiving. Already said, I believe you guys win. So we're going to give that 6-5. At the Cardinals, 7-5. I think Philly beats them. At the Colts, 8-5. But then you guys go on a terrible losing streak. You lose to Seattle on Saturday. You lose to the Texans on Thursday night. Football happens to be Christmas Eve, the Christmas Eve game. You lose to the 49ers on the road. You're now 7-9, my guy. 7-9. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Start from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 8 losses. Because the 49ers going to whip that ass too. You finished at the Giants. You want to get back. You want to finish above 500. You're in contention for the division. 9-8. Just like the Cowboys. 9-8. That's what I got. With that being said, the fantasy value here is very minimal. I'm telling you. Jalen Hurts is normally one of the first quarterbacks taken in a PPR that gives points for rushes, right? But that's when you have a known quantity out there that he can throw the ball to, which gives him the dual threat action. I love Slim Reaper. Devontae Smith is a monster, but he's not scary. He's one of those Disney Pixar monsters. Ooh. Not really scary. at least as a number one. So I'm downgrading. I really am. I'm downgrading Jalen. I'm downgrading Devontae. I'm downgrading Goddard. Most leagues don't draft Goddard anyway, right? Excuse me. Where does that put Saquon? That's a good question. Because Lemon, I can't say his name, the other wide receiver, unproven to me. Can't do anything just yet. I got to see him go to work. But where does that put Saquon Barkley? Is Saquon Barkley still your number one overall? I mean, your number one running back? Or because of circumstances, does he drop to a number two running back or a low end number one? That's my question. Honestly. Right? These guys, week 5 through 6, London sequence is important to, for managing player prop fantasy expectations. Understand, you might not get what you want when they play the Jaguars and have to play the following week. You might not. Backup plans. All right. It's a lot, man. A lot. The Giants are next. Let me just make this very quick. Loss to the Cowboys, lost to the Rams, beat the Titans, beat the Cardinals, lose to Washington, beat the Saints. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. 5, 6. 6 and 11. Literally. 6 and 11. I got them losing to the Cowboys opening game, losing to the Rams, beating the Titans, beating the Cardinals, losing to Washington, beating the Saints, losing to the Texans, a bye week, beating the Eagles, beating Washington at home, losing to Jaguars, beating the Colts, losing to 49ers, losing to the Seahawks, possibly I say, losing to the Browns because I don't know which quarterback's going to be there, losing to the Lions, losing to the Cowboys, and losing to the Eagles. 6 and 11. Look, I like Malik Neighbors. I do. I like Cam Scatterboo. I even like Jackson Dart. Gameplay. I don't trust Jackson Dart. There is a huge difference. After seeing what I saw yesterday, he doesn't see the field. Your starting quarterback is going against threes. Your offense doesn't pick up, your offensive line doesn't pick up the blitz. He doesn't recognize the blitz. He gets leveled. Not once, not twice, I believe 3 times. To the point they had to bring Jameis Winston in for a series or a couple plays before he was supposed to. It's not a good thing, man. In a PPR, Jackson Dart is good if he's healthy. Same thing with Cam Scatterboo. Cam might be the lead dog, but that's a timeshare. Don't get it twisted. That is a timeshare in New York. Isaiah Likely should be the main focus outside of Malik Neighbors for Jackson Dart. I understand what puts the ball down the field with ODB and Neighbors and whoever else is at wide receiver. But dude, get the ball out of your hands. The best thing to do, get it to your tight end. Get it to your tight end. That's what I'm gonna say. But we'll see what happens with him. I don't think the Giants are gonna be that good, man. Not at all. Washington. Now look. I'm gonna save everybody some trouble and some time. I got Washington also finishing at 9-8. That means there's a 3-way tie. Remember I said the South last year was kind of crappy, but they had like 8 and 9 records. Well, the NFC East is going to be very similar. 3 teams, 9-8. Washington is going to be 9-8 this year. Okay. On the road at Philly, they win. At the Cowboys, they win. At Seattle, I'm saying they're going to take an L. In London, gets the Colts. Okay. International game. Right? They win. That means they're 3-1, but they come back and play the Giants. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a difference. I got the Giants winning that game. I got the 49ers beating them on Monday Night Football, so that's 2 back-to-back losses. That makes them 3-3 going into the bye week, right? Come back, they lose to the Eagles because they beat the Eagles, right? So that's 3-4. Lose to the Rams, 3-5. Beat the Giants, 4-5. Beat the Bengals. The Bengals are a mess. 4-5. Let me see. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5-5, I should say. 6-5 beating the Cardinals. 7-5 beating the Titans. 7-6 losing to the Texans. I don't know who's going to be the quarterback when they play the Vikings. I don't. But I'm going to give them 8. Nah. I'm giving 7-7 when they play the Falcons. They're going to be 8-7 after they beat the Vikings. I don't care if it's Kyler Murray or not. They're better than the Vikings. At Jacksonville, they beat Jacksonville, right? They beat Jacksonville. And I got to flip this. I got they're going to lose to the Cowboys at Cowboys, and they beat the Cowboys at last game of the season, I remember. So after beating the Jags, they'll be 8-8, and they need to beat the Cowboys to be 9-8. They beat the Cowboys to be 9-8. There's a 3-way tie for the division at this point. Based on points, I think the Cowboys win the division, bitches. Washington, then possibly Philly. Literally, because I don't think Philly's going to score that many points. I got the Cowboys winning the division based on points. But if it's head-to-head, Washington wins the division because even though they split, I think Washington beats them by more points, total points, with the 2 head-to-head games, right? James Daniels is going to be that guy yet again with Diggs and McLaurin and whatever else we do at the receiving core. I like Chet Okongu coming in at tight end, but that also says Ben Sinnott and the rest of those guys just aren't cutting the mustard, that they went out and signed a free agent tight end and gave him a lot of money to do that. I like Nick Cross, right? But the running game is the question, man. The words coming out of DC is the only reason why Cliff Kingsbury wasn't there is because Cliff Kingsbury did not have a plan to protect Jalen with the run game. And that's the thing. If you're an offensive coordinator and you like to throw the ball, that's great. I do too. But you have to have a run game in place if you're going to do a lot of play action. Otherwise, nobody's sucking up. Everybody's just going to read and just sit there and then look for the contact. But if you establish a run game, you can protect the quarterback because now he can do those boots if you're gonna make them naked, or if you're gonna do play action. That's all I'm saying. And from weeks 11 through 15 is the playoff push for Washington. That's why they have to win. They have to win. They got to beat the Bengals, the Cardinals, the Titans, right? Those are 3 games they have to win. They have to. If they, beat 2 of the 3 between the Texans, the Falcons, and the Vikings, cool. But they have to get one of them. And then they have to beat the Jaguars in Jacksonville. But humidity's not an issue because it's freaking end of December, going into January, and it's not that bad. I'm just saying. That was the NFC East, y'all. Woo! I don't think I'm gonna do all the teams today. I'm gonna do, because I already done the South. No. I'm gonna do North, South, and West. Okay? Then I'm gonna turn around probably tomorrow and do the AFC. Yeah. Nah. I'm gonna do the NFC North, and then I'm done for the day. Then I'll come back tomorrow. I'll do the NFC South and NFC West in the morning. And then in the evening, I'll do the AFC East and AFC North, leaving me with the AFC West to finish out. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. Let's start with the North. Here's the deal. The Bears won the North, right? And they did pretty well. The problem is now they have a first place schedule, which we're going to find out. Like I said, NFC South, Carolina has a first place schedule. Not a good thing, right? The Bears are being hit with injuries, and it's not good, man. It's not good. And I had this set up before all these injuries took place. So they opened up against the Panthers, a W. The Vikings with Kyler Murray at quarterback, I got the Vikings winning. So that's 1-1. The Eagles, Monday Night Football, already said I got the Eagles winning that game, so they're 1-2. They beat the Jets at home. They beat the Packers in Green Bay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're 4-1. But they go on to lose to the Falcons, the Patriots, and Seattle. They got a 3-game losing streak. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-4 by the end of week 8. 4-4. They got the Bucks on Sunday Night Football. Here's the deal. They got Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, then Sunday Night Football. Crazy. And they got a Monday Night Football game versus the Eagles. Prime time, whatever. The Bucks are not what they were before. You're going to see the difference without Mike Evans. Mike Evans was the bailout. It's going to take Godwin being that dog again, and Ibuka staying healthy. Expect a lot out of Cade Otton. Expect him to have a monster reception year. I promise you that. But the Bears on Sunday Night Football are hosting the Buccaneers. I got to go Boomer. I got to go with Tampa. Tampa beats the Bears on Sunday Night Football, Week 9. That means the Bears are now 4-5 going into the bye week. They come back, they play the Saints, a win, a loss to the Lions. So now they're 5-5, 5-6 after losing to the Lions, 5-7 after losing to the Jaguars, 6-7 after beating the Dolphins, 6-8 after losing to the Bills, 6-9 because the Packers beat them. The Packers beat them. Week 17 they win, 8-8. They're going to lose to the Lions. Week 18, 8-9. The Bears will be 8-9. Here's the deal. They got that Christmas game, a Thanksgiving game. They got a whole bunch of injuries. A first place schedule. It's not good juju for the Bears, right? Caleb Williams' year 2 growth remains the majority of the major factor for fantasy, right? He looked good in Ben's offense last year. Can he continue that with a banged up team already? We'll see. We'll see. Will he regress? I don't know, right? The target hierarchy is Roma Dunzier. Burton has a growing injury that can linger. I don't care how much time they give him during the preseason, that can linger into the season, right? Running back situation. Who's the dog? Really? That's what you need to know, because that's the staple of a Ben Johnson offense, the running game. Fantasy value, yeah. Roma Dunzier should get the most targets, but don't be surprised if Luther Burton gets the bulk of them if he's healthy. Big target, fast target. Wingspan is humongous. Think about it, right? At 8-9, I think the NFC is a weaker division. There are probably like 3 or 4 teams that are top dogs in the NFC, and everybody else is just, mediocre and could be good. That includes my team. But the Bears and Green Bay are going to regress this year. I really think so. I really think Detroit's going to win the division again. I'm going to get to that in a second. But at 8-9, Ben Johnson, his job ain't on the line. But the new stadium, you can't put up that type of record and expect to get a new stadium paid for by the city of Chicago. You really might just go ahead and go to Indiana and let them do that. I'm just going to put that out there. Just going to put that out there. Detroit. Look, Detroit has an international game, early bye week. And I'll be honest with you, man. Prime time is prime time, but we'll see. But here's what they got. I got them open up beating the Saints. Detroit will beat Buffalo at Buffalo on Thursday Night Football. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. They beat the Jets. They beat the Panthers. They beat the Cardinals. They're opening up the season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-0. Here's the problem. They have a bye week, week 6. A bye week in week 6 is not good. But their schedule is such that it really won't matter. Because after the bye week, they got the Packers. Listen to me when I tell you this. Detroit sweeps the Packers this year. Yep. I think the Packers are going to be last in the division. We'll get to that in a second. So now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They face the Vikings at home. They're 6-0. high horse. Vikings come in, Kyler Murray, the Jet, all them, and the Vikings upset them. They're 6-1. But then they go to the Dolphins. 8-1. International game. Amon-Ra St. Brown can't wait to show off for his mama's country. She's German. Deutschland. The Dutch. You know, I love the Dutch. They love us. Honestly, for real. But they're playing the Patriots. And Christian Gonzalez is going to try his best to lock down Amon-Ra, and he can do it. He can do it. That means Williamson or Tesla has to step up. Jahmyr Gibbs, Pacheco, they're going to have to step up. I think the Patriots beat them in Germany. That makes them 8-2? 8-2. But look, they come back and play the Buccaneers, who I don't think is going to be a good team this year. 9-2. The Bears, week 12. First time they're playing the Bears, right? Bears already beat up, right? 9-2. At the Falcons. 10-2. I'm just telling you. Titans, 11-2. At the Vikings. 12-2. The Giants, 13-2, 14-2, week 17. And at this point, they're 14-2. The number one seed, I didn't say the Rams, the number one seed, Detroit Lions. They rest everybody. Week 18. They go 14-3. You might say, Vic, if they're the number one seed, they're going to get a bye anyway. Why are they resting them? Because they have nothing to prove. They might play a half of football with their starters. But the second half of that Bears game, everybody that's a starter, maybe outside the offensive line, is going to sit. Watch. When you bet that game, only bet the first half. I'm telling you. I literally had Detroit going 14-3 this year. 14-3. I love Gibbs, Laporta, Pacheco, St. Brown, Williamson. Goff was one of the best quarterbacks last year. And probably went underdrafted with all these weapons. I'm telling you that. Telling you. Only worry I got for Detroit is the offensive line. Their cohesion. That's the only real question I have. How cohesive is that offensive line? The offensive line is good. I'm on it. And look, I even said off the international game, I normally give a L, but I think the Buccaneers are going to be so bad this year. That international game that the Lions have with the Patriots, it's not going to affect them when they play the Buccaneers in week 11. I don't think it will. That's just me. Green Bay Packers. Let me break this down to y'all before I even get to the schedule. I don't like the situation that Josh Jacobs is in. They're letting him play. Great. There's a situation there. I understand. You got to find out what the evidence is before you can convict this guy or cast him aside, right? Oh, Jesus. I didn't give you the fantasy value. Yes, I did. I told you all the fantasy value in Detroit. Duh. Green Bay. I have a huge concern at their wide receiving core. I have a huge concern at their tight end position. I have a huge concern with the offensive line. Their defense is okay, but still a concern. They finished second in the division last year. They get a second place schedule. And you're going to see what I mean. Open up on the road versus the Vikings. Loss. They're going to lose to the Jets. At the Jets. Yes, I said that. They're going to lose to the Falcons. 0-3 to start the season. Christian Watson and Golden, they're not cutting the mustard. We don't know what's happening with the running back room. What's going on with Josh Jacobs? But if you're a one-trick pony, I'm lining 8 up against you, and I'm going to go one-on-one on the outside. I'll take my chances. But then they take on Baker. I already said they lose to the Falcons on Thursday night. They go to Tampa, and I think they beat the Buccaneers. I'm telling you, the Buccaneers aren't going to be that good this year, guys. The South ain't going to be that good. The Bears, already said the Bears sweep Green Bay. Already said that, right? The Cowboys beat Green Bay. So far, loss. They're 1-5. They go to the Lions. They lose to the Lions. They're 1-6. After losing to the Cowboys, right? But they get a little reprieve. They beat up on the Panthers, who I think is going to be a terrible team this year. 2-6 at the Patriots. 2-7. I believe they'll split with the Vikings. I do. So I'm going to give them 3-7. Right? Then they go to the Rams. 3-8. At the Saints. All this hype over the Saints, I ain't buying it. 4-8. Lose to the Bills. 4-9. They're calling for LaFleur's head in Green Bay at this point. Calling for his head. 4-9. Dolphins. I think they got enough to beat the Dolphins. 5-9. At the Bears, lost. 5-10. I'm just saying, y'all. Lose to the Texans. 5-11. Man, look, I'm just being honest. They're going to possibly be 6-10 this year. I literally believe, 6-11 this year. I really think Green Bay is going to suck and be the last team in the division. Super Bowl! No, Keith Fensky. No. Not going to happen. It's too many question marks for me there. Too many. Last team in the NFC North. Now, I'm going to be honest. Y'all know I'm a Kyler Murray fan. He's a Sooner. So, I got to get love to my Sooner, right? But this is kind of a tough schedule, even though Minnesota finished like 3rd in the division. So, it is what it is. But open up against the Packers, they win. At the Bears, they lose. At the Bucks, they win. Dolphins, they win. Saints, they win. Bye week 6. So right now, I got them, 4-1 going into the bye week. J.J. McCarthy's not getting on the field no time soon. After the bye week, they host the Colts, win. 6-1, or 5-1. One. Let me get it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5-1. Lose to the Colts. Lose to the Lions. 5-2. Beat the Bills. I don't think the Bills are going to be as good as everybody thinks they're going to be. 6-2. 7-2 beating the Packers. They go to Mexico City, and lose to the 49ers. Then they lose to the Falcons. 7-3, 7-4. Right? Beat the Panthers 8-4. Lose to the Patriots at the Patriots 7-5. I think if I had them lose to the Lions in the beginning, yeah, they lost to the Lions, so they beat the Lions. So now they're 8-5. Lose to the Commanders. No, I said they beat the Commanders, right? So they're 9-5, and then they lose week 17 and win week 18. I got them 11-6. 11-6. Kyler Murray is the quarterback. I believe that means Justin Jefferson is going to have a very good year. As long as they line him up on the side Kyler likes to throw to, which is the right. PJ Hawkinson, I expect him to have a damn good year. They need to roll him a lot. Players to look out for. Aaron Jones might not be the bell cow, right? I think he's going to be in a timeshare with Mason. So I wouldn't put a lot of stock in the running game in Minnesota. The passing game, oh yes. I like the passing game there. Defense is already on point. I got them finishing second behind the 14-3 Lions and making the playoffs. That's 2 teams. Plus 1 or 2 from the NFC East, because they're all 9-8. Then you got the NFC South division winner. That means they got 2 coming out of the West. And it might not be the 2 you think. All right. I'm going to wrap it up right now. I might come on later on today or definitely early tomorrow and finish the West and the South. But stick and stay with me. It's your boy, Mr. FSP. I'm doing what I do because I do it for you all day, every day. And I still have to do my IDPs. This is why it takes me 2 months to do all this stuff. Because I can do it all day, but oh my gosh. It'll be killing my voice and a lot of information. And I need feedback from folks. Right? We'll see. We shall see. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me. I don't want to take you for granted. I appreciate you. I think that without you all, Fantasy Sports and Politics would not be here. It would not be 16 years strong. It would not have the following that it does have. Friends of mine, they chime in, they check in, and I appreciate it. And y'all call me out, good. But when I clap back, we're gonna clap back. We're gonna clap back. We're gonna clap back. Let's take them to world, right? That's the only nice beat I'm gonna use at Ja Rules because I'm a 50. I'm a 50 guy. Thank you, because that energy feeds me. Positive trash talk. My girl, Coach Mo, look out for her. Positive trash talk. She is brilliant. when it comes to sharing how to turn that type of talk into fuel, because that's what you guys do for me when you talk that trash. And then I bring it back and say, oh, remember what I said? And then you go quiet. Now, I know I shouldn't do that, but positive trash talk, that's what I use it for. All right. Anyway, I appreciate you. I got to get out of here, get ready for the day. And we love you. I'm out. Peace.
Fantasy, sports, and politics.
Get ready to rumble!
You wanna talk smack? You in the right place. So take a step back before I get all up in your
Remember,
face.
because I don't remember. I remember every bit of this.
The other dude's holding on the phone line. Your voice will be heard, sir.
Next caller, please.
Oh!
Jerry's gonna get him.
Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics.
Listeners are asking questions about this week's games, not Jerry's personal beef. So what's your thought?